What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Beck Easy.
Hi, everybody. It's your girl, Joanne.
Hey, guys. It's Trell, and this is...
The Team.
Welcome to the group chat. Let's get started.
And we have fashionista model extraordinaire, Ms Postell with us.
Woo-hoo. And she looks gorgeous.
Yes, honey. Yes.
She has a look on.
So let's get started. How are you guys' weekends going? Sheena, you can go first. How's you doing?
Actually, my weekend was good. I just finished celebrating my Founders Day with my beautiful sorors. Big shout out to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And a big shout out to my chapter, Chi Eta Zeta chapter in Cambridge, Mass.
Okay.
So one thing about the Zetas, we love to celebrate Founders Day the day before on Founders Day and the day after. So
Yes.
we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff in the rest of the month of January. So
yes, it's lit. It's lit. That's what's up. So that's good. How about you, Joe? We're gonna start with Joe first.
Why?
How about you, Joe?
My weekend was good. What did I do?
Oh, what did you do?
What didn't I do?
Yeah.
But no, my weekend was
What
good.
didn't I do? Girl.
No, my weekend was fun, very interesting. I hung out with the girls. That was really much it.
Yep. I'm gonna get into detail a little bit later. Trell, how about you?
Oh, I'm cracking up. My weekend was very chill. Last week we had our vision board party.
Yeah, that was so dope.
Which was a great turnout. Thank you guys who participated with us in the collective vibe. It was a really great time.
Yeah, I had a really good time with that.
Yeah. And then I mostly just chilled this weekend. You know, we buried our friend's father.
Yes, R.I.P.
We actually just came from Power Brunch with Kieran Civil, which was a really dope time.
So dope.
Great.
Oh my gosh.
Blackness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black
Everybody was looking good. Everybody was dressing good. It was a lot of guys there.
Yeah. Everybody looked great.
And she even said that.
A lot of potential, girl.
Because she even said, she was like, usually when I go to things like this, it's usually like women empowerment. It's a lot of women. And she was like, okay, like I see the fellas. And they were dressed.
They were.
They had their little suits on. I was like,
nice and
okay.
tailored.
I should have been there.
Girl, okay. Definitely got to
So,
be
you know, overall, I had a really good, productive, and chill weekend. It wasn't too crazy, wasn't too relaxed. It was a nice balance.
Right,
That's
nice
good.
balance.
That's
yeah,
good.
I did a little bit of event planning stuff for other clients, and like she said, we went to the brunch, so it was good. It was a good weekend.
It was.
Yeah, so I'm ready to go to sleep though.
Me too. I want to go to bed early tonight because I just need rest.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put a little PSA out there real quick.
Oh, please.
Shout out to, what was his name, Eddie?
Eddie, yes. Shout out to
Eddie.
bartender Eddie.
At Power Brunch, because I brought like 2 drink tickets. Like, you know what, let me just buy these 2 drink tickets. I'm gonna get 2 drinks. Not knowing that my first drink was gonna be the equivalent of 10
He
drinks.
was hitting. Yeah. He was hitting.
So I'm a little faded.
Yeah, it's one of our specialty drinks. We do Grand Marnier, Henny, peach snaps, and pineapple juice. But like it was dark. The drink was dark, so he had like 2 seconds of juice.
Eddie earned his money tonight. Let's just
I had ginger ale.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
because of last night.
That's
But
my little
once again, we will get into that.
Yes, big shout out to Eddie.
Yes, he was dope. Joe, you got a line for us?
I do. So this is the line.
Okay.
Are we living a dream? Are we living in a dream world? Are your eyes still green?
Common.
I definitely agree with Common. I definitely agree with that.
What song is that?
Come close.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We just sang the whole song.
Listen, shout out to Patty because that's one of our listeners that we saw tonight. And you know, as we were leaving, we were all talking. So then, you know what? I was like, it would be dope if I asked her what the line should be tonight. So I pulled her aside. I pulled her aside, and I was like, "What do you think the drop the line should be?" And she was like, "I don't know. You kind of gangster." So
we not.
So she was like, "Well, let's let's look at my playlist. She was like, you don't know none of these. So I was like, no, girl.
Yeah.
But she picked it, so shout out to you.
That's
Patty.
awesome.
Yay.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Patty.
Patty.
Definitely, because she was like, oh my God. She told
I
her
know,
husband,
she was like,
this is the team. This is the podcast. And he was like, that's so funny because I can identify you guys from your voices.
Yeah.
He was like, she be having your
She a
podcast
real ass
blasted
listener.
in the house.
She a real
Yeah,
listener.
so
I
shout out to
love
Patty.
how she was so excited
She
to
was
see
very
us.
excited.
I love it.
I
It was
do
so
too.
dope. I love it. I love
Shout
it.
out to Patty. Thank you,
Yes.
Patty. That was a good one.
Patty! Terrell, you got some icebreakers for us?
All right. So, what is the most random item in your pocketbook? This is for Sheena, especially
Okay.
the beauty model.
Ooh, okay. So random thing in my. Should I dig in there now?
You good.
You
Go
can.
right ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna give you some inspiration.
Okay. I'll just dig in this bag real quick.
That's a cute little bag.
Thank
Oh,
you.
so that's the bag inside of
The
the
bag,
bag.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Double
That's
bag.
necessary.
I would say an old wrapper of some ice cream. See, okay, I love ice cream no matter what season
Right.
it is.
Me
Me
Absolutely.
too.
I don't care
Same.
if it's cold outside or negative
Same.
like
You
5. I'm
still
eating
gotta eat
ice
it.
cream.
Me too.
Absolutely.
So, if you just know who I
That is
am or
funny.
if not, I like ice cream.
Ow.
Time of the day.
Same.
Get it,
I'm
yes.
about to go with
That's
her
what they
and
need to get you
say
for
snacks.
Yes,
I'm
it's
gonna
random.
just-
It's like literally, I don't like seeing people like throw trash, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold the trash
Right,
until
until
I
you
find
find
the
it,
trash.
yeah.
So there's trash in here. So
Yes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You know what? That's a great random item because I love ice cream no matter
Yeah,
what
me
season,
too.
like you said.
My
And
random,
my random thing would probably be snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my random item is peach tree liqueur in my
Oh.
pocketbook, and I also have like a half
Slay.
bottle of Grand Marnier.
Oh, she ready all the time.
Always.
It's
You
literally
gotta
in my
get
bag.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
Because so why did I use it? Oh, one of our events they only had the Henny, so I said, you know what, just add this to it. That will be
She
good.
supplied her own.
You're right, exactly.
That's cute.
exactly. That's funny.
That's cute.
Joe, how about you?
I don't carry a pocketbook,
Yeah, she just
Okay.
have her little wallet. and
Yeah.
keep it pushing.
but but I have many. So what's in some random thing? Maybe a fork.
Yeah, you gotta be
Okay.
ready.
Yeah, maybe
You
a
gotta
fork
stay
is
ready.
in there. Who knows what I have in those bags? A fork, probably.
That's hilarious. So
Like a
yeah.
full size fork
Yeah.
or one of the mini ones that
No,
you
the
find
full
in
size
the
that
tuna can travel
No,
one.
the full size from the house.
Okay.
That I
she
need
be
to bring.
she be driving and eating with her little container.
I do everything while I'm
She
driving.
watches movies
Okay.
while she's
Don't,
driving.
don't.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Don't
The
tell
feds
us.
is
Yeah.
listening.
Keep that under wraps.
Please don't
Right.
say that.
So we have the hot topics of the week. So Jay-Z and Meek actually launched their prison reform committee,
Mm-hmm.
which was super dope. You seen Robert Kraft was up there.
My boy Rob.
Yes, we're Patriots fans.
Yes.
So
So am
Rob was
I.
there. Oh, we get the championship. Shout out to us.
Haters.
Okay.
Oh, listen.
They
Don't go
can't
there.
stand us. So yeah,
Because
I think that's a
we
dope
bomb.
idea. Is definitely needed, and the fact that they have a whole like system ready to like push and like help these people out. That's dope.
I do think it's a dope idea, and I love that Jay-Z partnered with Meek Mill to do it.
Right, like a big brother.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna help you with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Jay, he got saved by the skin of his teeth. So
Listen.
that could have been him.
It sure could have, and it's so funny because the title concert when we went to it was
Yeah, about prison
geared to
reform too.
just for the all the money that was proceeds was going to that. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah, just leave the lace fronts alone.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
Leave them alone.
he definitely got the. You tried it last week for that because he was definitely trying
Disrespected.
it.
I know.
So then we got Chris Brown. He had got arrested for allegations of rape in Paris, and then he ended up getting let go because it was false claims, and so now he's suing her for defamation of character.
Absolutely.
Which is good.
Absolutely.
And it brings us back to, I remember we talked about it before, I forget what episode, but we talked about it before, like, what do you think the punishment should be for the person who lies? And I think you guys were talking about, they should get the same amount of time that he
Right,
would have got, per
right.
se. Which, and I said, I still don't think that they should get that same exact amount of time.
Right.
But I do remember saying to my coworker the other day, like, I hope she learns her lesson. I hope she really get like a fine,
right?
Some kind of time, something to like learn a lesson because like why?
That's crazy, and it's
like,
so
what
crazy.
What did you gain?
Yeah, and it's so crazy because the tabloids was like, oh yeah, this is his first run.
They jumped right on it.
Police
Exactly.
in 2009,
Right.
or 2008, whenever it was.
And I don't.
I'm like, they always bring it back.
I don't want to say poor guy, but it's just like
can't win.
It's always something.
It is always something, and he's really trying to change.
But it also goes to show that like when you do mess up hard and you're trying so hard to have people around you that's positive and trying to go on a straight path, and these little things that pop up, everything just comes down. So
it's true.
Me
know.
too.
And my thing is, my mom always says that don't let your character take you where your what is it?
Where your talent can't
keep you, or don't let your talent take you where your character can't keep you. At the end of the day, it's always going to be a part of you. So from the beginning, try your best not to even have that name among you.
Right.
Just like Bill Clinton.
Right.
When he passed away, it's going to be the same
because
thing.
they're always gonna believe because of that one thing. They're always gonna believe whatever is said about you.
Yeah, they did that shit. Whatever he did,
they
did that shit.
Right. That's exactly it. But I think he handled it quite well.
He did.
And he's suing her, so she will pay one way or the other.
Absolutely.
I think he recorded his video out there. He just went on with his business.
Yeah.
His girls out there who look like Karucha.
Yeah, she definitely looked like Karucha.
All of them since her.
Yeah, it did. It was like a blend.
Right.
Yeah.
He got a type, you know.
So we're happy that he didn't have to, face any charges. And when you face charges out the country, it'd be worse.
Totally different, right?
It'd be worse. It's
But
a whole different ballgame.
I wonder if they were going to extradite him back to the U.S. if it was that serious.
Nah.
Well, no, because the girl was a girl in that.
Oh, it happened. It supposedly happened in Paris.
Right.
Oh,
so
okay.
he wouldn't have got it.
Oh, yeah.
So thank God it wasn't true.
Yeah.
Yep. So then the government actually opened up after 31 days of being down.
Praise God.
It was 31 days, yeah. And for only 3 weeks.
Right.
So one, I feel like they just did it because they know it's Super Bowl. They know mad people about to be flying out to Atlanta.
Income tax.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, we're going to let y'all be good for 3 weeks. But I guess he said if he doesn't get the money for the wall, he's going to go to extreme measures of what he can do.
Yeah, he's going to call a state of emergency.
Yeah.
And that's when he can just put the executive order and override.
It's ridiculous. Like,
it really is.
But it's just so ridiculous because where he wants the wall at, somebody else owns that land, so they're not selling it. So for you to build on it, so what?
So you just think you
can
do whatever you want?
So you're imposing on somebody else's property,
right? Just go sit down.
Just go sit down
but
somewhere.
But he's not. Because, like, even with this whole shutdown thing and how it's affecting so many people and so many entities, I'm pretty sure he's like, damn, like, I'm fucking up. Like, it's fucking up everything.
No,
but he's never gonna acknowledge it. He's never gonna say, like, yo, I'm wilding. He's never gonna say it.
Man, he's not gonna admit that.
I don't think he's saying to himself and his people, you think I'm wrong?
He's not.
I don't think so.
No.
Not, especially not for us to know about it.
He's never I'm the man. I'm standing up to Nancy Pelosi.
I'm the first. I'm the first president to ever do this shit.
Right. He's proud.
Yeah.
Very proud.
It's like 31 days.
It's ridiculous.
Bet you nobody else.
So thankfully, those people can get their back money, and they have 3 weeks to get it pushing. But Davette just came back from a trip, and she was like, "Yo, the airport was ridiculous." I don't blame TSA for not coming.
That's a huge. If ISIS wanted to attack,
right?
They could attack in the time to do right. Those 31 days.
We are vulnerable.
Very. And he's not thinking about that. He's talking about the wall, dangerous and criminals. You're not thinking about the bomb. Yeah.
The keys already got in weeks ago, bro. Like, come on.
Right.
He only think about what he wants.
He's such a crybaby.
He's an idiot. So let's make it more positive. Terrell, are you rooting for anyone black this week?
I am. I'm rooting for everybody black. Like,
nice.
we talked about it briefly in the beginning of the episode. We went to the Power Brunch, and it was a lot of just black individuals who are entrepreneurs, doing things, trying to make a name for themselves. And it just was a really dope time. It was a really great environment. I was standing off to the side while Karen Silver was talking, and I'm just like, mad emotional because I'm like, first of all, this is like the first. First of all, I was drunk. That's the first thing. Secondly, I'm like, just overwhelmed because this is the first time that I'm really feeling like, damn, this is like what I really want to do. Like I know what I want to do. I'm excited about it.
Right.
And she was just talking about just basically just overcoming hurdles between family, with friends and everything. And it was amazing just to see like a lot of Black individuals in one room with the same goal in mind, just doing their thing.
Super inspiring.
You guys can help me out with this. I forget the name of the dude.
Valentine.
Valentine. He brought up and he was basically just saying like, CC is dope. Like we got a lot of talent here, so what you about to do?
Yeah,
that's basically what he was saying.
It was
like,
a Q&A. Yeah, she was doing Q&A. He was like, honestly, I don't have no question, but I just want you to, recognize Connecticut like we getting it. Like this whole room is the people that are getting it, like, trying to push.
Right.
And he was like, we should have the same, relevance as LA and New York and da-da-da. And so he was like, ooh, she was like, oh, okay, bro.
Right. And he was right because there was a lot of people in that room. Like, people that we was like, oh, I know that person. I've seen that person before. Or I heard that name before. Like, just people just getting it.
Yeah.
So, I'm rooting for everybody Black that's just getting it.
Yeah.
Because this year, we talked about it in the beginning of the year, is about leveling up and manifesting. So,
and that's a
for
dope
everybody
fact.
Black.
It was a dope time.
Everybody Black.
Yes. So we have the You Tried It of the week. And guys, this is a good You Tried It because it's going to Joanne.
Wow.
Sitting right across from me.
Wow.
So just to recap, so on last night we went to an event.
Wow.
Shout out to Davette. She had a great birthday party at Anchor Spa. And so after, we were all there having a good time. And Joey was in rare form.
Wow.
It was a good time. She had about a drink or two or 5. And so she was a little lit. So of course, you know me, I'm the feds. So I was videotaping every moment because this is not something that usually happens. Like this is like a once in a lifetime thing.
Wow.
Trell and Danny wasn't
and Danny
there.
were there to experience it.
So I was like News Channel 8, like recording, like, yo, Trell, look what Joe doing now. Oh look, she done twerk, she done did this, she done did that. And so of course, when you have a night of drinking, you guys go on your group chats or your, group videos and you just do the little quick recap. And so Joe had a few things to say about the videos, so I'm gonna play the audio. Let's listen. So that's a little sneak of our Marco Polo app.
That's us every day. Every day.
So I said, Joe, you get the You Tried It because my videos is mad clear and they just might get 1 or 2 on the story.
Mind you, she had my car keys last night.
Oh yeah.
And then
so basically Joey was drunk.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe was drunk.
Wow, you weren't even there.
I wasn't there.
But she's seen the videos.
You don't even know.
I seen videos that were not on Android.
Right.
Quality.
Yeah, really.
I seen some really good videos.
So I might get the You Tried It too because I was the designated driver and then Joe said her car key was sitting outside.
Right,
in the car today this morning.
Ridiculous.
So we all tried it.
We just all messy.
So Joe gets the
They're
You
messy.
Tried It. We messy.
Feather around
We real
Joe has been having a really great year so far, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. On the 27th day of January, I put a stop to
That's
it.
when she knew she fucked up.
Everything is done. Shutting everything down.
She's been living her best life. So yeah, Joe gets the You Tried It this week. So
Yeah.
you tried it.
Thanks.
Keep trying
We
it
still
though,
love
because I
you.
like it.
No, it's done. You heard me this morning on Polo. Like
Exactly.
the good life is over.
Okay, we're
That's
gonna see.
So Trell, you got questions that niggas is asking?
Yeah, so shout out to the Huddle. That's
Yes.
our Facebook group. Everybody's been really super engaged, and one of the hot topics over the last day or so has been if the penis falls out during sex, who has to put it back in? Him or her?
Sheena, you wanna go first?
So if the penis falls off or out?
Out.
Okay.
So like say
Out.
if
Okay.
you riding and
Okay.
they slip out.
I would have to do that myself because guys don't get it. Like it when you're in that when it's good, everything's moisturized correctly.
Right.
Guys wipe it weird and it's back to dry. Like,
Right,
are you
right,
serious?
right,
Why
right,
do you
right,
do
right.
that?
Yeah. Just
Leave
get
your
it from
hands
the
where it's
base.
supposed to be
Right,
at.
right,
Let
right.
me handle it, and I'll just go there. So
Facts.
I will put it back.
I said somebody
Good
said
answer.
he needs to because it shouldn't be slipping out. So it's his fault.
That's
that
the
it's
first
slipping
thing.
Out. Yeah, grow some inches, nigga.
Yeah, my answer to that was just like
It's like
whoever
whoever.
gets to it first. Like,
Right.
whoever gets to it first. Because I've been there.
Yeah, somebody had commented and was like, whoever wants it bad more or something like that.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's whoever wants it more, though. Like,
I'm
because I wouldn't say it determines who wants it more. But I just feel like whoever gets to it first. Like,
Sure.
Yeah,
we will trying to get it back in. It's
Yeah,
already
that's
trying to
true.
keep it going.
It does depend on what position you're in.
That's true, too. That's true, too.
When did you guys have this? When was this entered in?
It was there.
Somebody put this, our manager put this in a group.
When?
Yeah, I put her on
I
blast.
think
She put it in,
yesterday
I might have
or
been like
Friday.
last night or this morning.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah.
It was like fresh.
Rather recent.
Oh, I
fresh.
must have been busy.
Yeah.
And I don't have
fresh
any.
question.
I don't-
Right, fresh
I can't
question.
give you any more details because I literally pulled the question up and then my phone died. So,
That's funny.
I wouldn't know what to do, so I can't answer.
yeah.
But we'll give you some pointers.
Yeah, just let
I'll
me
learn.
Whoever gets to it
Just let us
first.
know.
Or you.
I'll learn from you guys.
That's funny. So we're gonna dig into our topic, Black Beauty. So before we get into it, Sheena, we want you to let the people know who you are, what you're about, and your expertise.
Sure. Hello, my name is Sheena Postell, and I'm from Hartford, Connecticut.
Hartford.
So I am a plus size model. I've been modeling for 5 years now. I'm also a social worker.
Nice.
I will be graduating from grad school this May.
But,
Thank you. I'm also social media correspondent for Queen Size Magazine. We're based out of New York City. So we, put out fashion, high-end fashion for the plus-size industry, men and women. But I am just a bubbly, roundaway girl that just loves to, just give back. I'm big on community. I'm big on learning from one another. I do read books a lot, but I like to have conversations and to learn from experiences.
Right.
And everyone that I do meet and cross in my path, I like to create like memorable memories.
Yeah.
So, that's me in a nutshell. Sheena Bina. Some people call me Bina. But it is what it is. I'm out here.
Super great person. Like we have guests, we do have guests, but you're one of a few guests that were like super engaged. Like, look, I can't wait to be on the podcast. I love it. Sending you a little video. You sure did.
I'm like last night, like shout out to Sheena, 'cause she's on it.
Yeah. She slid in our DMs. She was like, oh my God, we would love to have you. Yeah, and I had already met you from the Bree book bag drive, which we had helped them with. And I'm like, oh my God, she's so cute. Like, yes, please come on. Let's get it. So, yeah, shout out to you. So, the first question, what boundaries or challenges have you faced while modeling or starting your plus size model career?
Sad to say this, but I'll be honest. The model industry is very it's competition period. But when I first started out, it was hard to get support from other Black women.
Of course.
I know once auditions time and you're in there and you're waiting, because once you're in that room to actually walk or present yourself, you only have a minute, less than a minute. But in the waiting room in that line, people are just either not approachable or just nasty. They're looking at you interesting. So I had to surround myself or make sure I put myself in front of great people to teach me how to put on a mask.
Right.
So big shout out to my coach, my runway coach, Jeannie Ferguson out of New York. She's a tough cookie. So with her classes, I've taken a whole bunch of times over the years. She teaches me that like when you step into the door, your feelings are out in the parking lot.
Right.
Like I don't care if your feet hurt or things that if your Spanx is rolling down, but you should have never put that on because you knew it didn't fit when you left the house,
right.
type of thing.
Right.
And this is here where it is like you support or just stand by your sister no matter what she looks like.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're still trying to get that that position or that role in that fashion show. So it was hard for a minute.
Yeah.
But now that I'm 5 years in, when I go to auditions, I really don't talk as much. I do say hi, but I don't talk as much. I'm really focused until after the audition. I'm like, hey, Kiki, we're going to drinks, girl, what's up? So.
And that's a kind of a hard transition, especially like you said, when you're a bubbly person and you're out and about. Like even like I can pop off a conversation with any and everybody, but like you said, being focused. But I don't get why, we always feel like, oh, I can't talk to you or I can't be friendly to you because
we're going out for the same thing.
At the end of the day, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm walking, I'm da-da-da.
Right, and that kind of like brings me to a question that I had. Like, do you think that that black women are more supportive of other black women now more than usual? Because, back in the day, that was a thing where, like, black women were kind of, like, skeptical to give other black women, like, compliments and stuff. So do you think, like, well, I mean, I guess this is, like, in the beginning of your career. Yeah. But my question was, do you think that it's gotten better where black women are more okay with just praising other black women, or is it still, like, some work we got to do?
No, it hasn't gotten better.
No.
Yeah.
But it starts with the person. So since when I started, it was a lot because the first year and a half, 2 years, I was everywhere. And people were like, oh, you're doing so much and doing other work. How did you be able to do this and do that? And I've been doing it for 10 years. And I'm like, I don't know. Somehow, some way, you have to look within yourself and see the mistakes that you're making and actually fix it yourself. You can talk about it all the time. You can pray about it too, but you have to physically change it.
Right.
So what I do is I'm always saying hi because you can see who's nervous and who's not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if a tag is hanging out, oh, let me fix it for you. Or how do you feel?
Right.
I change it just by my presence.
Right.
And then people get comfortable. But now when people say like, oh, I'm so glad that I went to this class or this show. Why? Because I met Sheena or Sheena introduced me to this person. So that just me hearing that, it's like I'm at least doing something.
So you're the light in the situation. You bring the light.
That's dope. Like you set the tone for what you wanted to do.
And you have to, because the atmosphere is it's tough. It's really, really tough. And when you go in there, it's okay to be a atmosphere changer.
Right.
God created you to be, wonderful. You have all these amazing gifts, and don't. The devil is lurking everywhere, and boom, you come in and you rock it, and you smiling, and people, even though now people not get that job, but they be like, you know what, I feel like I want to do another audition.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I actually, I started saying like, how like you'll be in a room, be like, oh, she look cute. I've been making a mission to say, girl, you look cute.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Because
I
for years, you will always hear people in the background like complimenting you,
and never say
anything.
Yeah. So that is great. That is great. Making it a point to say to that person that you're admiring. Because it's cool to admire from a distance, but say to them, like, I like what you got on. I like how your hair looks. I like that makeup. Like,
and
that person might give you a snap, a deal.
And you don't know where that compliment is gonna lead.
Right. Because I could be having like I could be looking good on the outside, but on the inside I could be feeling like shit.
Yeah.
So for you to say to me, like, I like how you look today, that could mean the world. You never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even you might find out where the person got it. Like today, we was like, girl, I'm loving those leather pants. She was like, girl, fashionable.
Without hesitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just was
put on a show.
Yeah, she popped her little leg out. It was cute. It just was really good vibes.
Right, and everybody tonight was like really good about, girl, you look cute.
Right.
You look good. Like, I like your outfit. I like your hair. Like, everybody was full of compliments tonight. It was just great.
It's dope. And so basically, like you said, the atmosphere changing is kind of a true testament of your confidence within yourself. And we want to talk about how confidence is key. When you know who you are and you're already setting who you are, I don't have to down the next chick.
Right.
And at the end of the day, what you doing ain't gonna make me be any better or any worse.
Right.
Like,
and I'm so glad you said about confidence, because you have to own it and you have to create your own path. So, because I'm Ms Postell and this is what I do, I bring gifts.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to say, like, y'all are popping in these streets.
Oh,
y'all really out here just doing, you know, wonderful things. There's 4 in here. So if you open it up, these are handmade, crafted by Grace by Anita Lynette, and here's her business card. You can follow her on Instagram.
They are
if you want to use it now, I brought a bottle of
wine. They are customized
They're
stemless
beautiful.
wine glasses with our logo on it.
I don't need to drink nothing else, but shout out to you, because not only did you bring wine.
Look, she about to cry. This is awesome.
Girl talk, but
You brought one of my favorites.
Yes.
This is amazing.
This is awesome. Thank you so much. And shout out to Grace by Anita Lynette. These are so cute.
I am floored. I'm usually like the best.
Joanne is a really good gift.
Yeah.
So you
here, you
shocked
pop
the
it
hell out of me.
first.
This is beautiful.
Shocked the hell out of me.
They are so cute. We're gonna use these for the live show.
Oh yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, so but no,
Thank you,
seriously,
Sheena.
I'm the type that really just goes out to support people and just put a little like sprinkle of Sheena on there.
Ray of
Just, you know,
sunshine.
appreciate people.
Trip
So
to-
this is just my appreciation to for inviting me up here and joining me with the chat and just, you know.
I'm cheesing. I'm
I
blushing.
actually
These
wanna
are so
cry.
cute.
These are beautiful.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
Oh, it matches my nails, but these are gorgeous.
Thank you.
And the wine is good, guys.
And it's ice. It's cold.
It is. It's nice and chilled. We need you to, okay? More than offset.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But, so, you know, you were talking about being confident in yourself. So what does that look like for you? What does self-love and being confident look like for you?
Well, I'm not confident all the time, but I do practice being confident. Like, I try on like bras and underwear at like the stores, and I be in the dressing room like, what you doing? I be in there like, yeah, I can do this. Or it's like me trying to find like really good like makeup or moisturizers in Target, like what's really gonna like help my skin, so on my off days and when I'm not feeling so good, I'm still glowing.
Right.
Or practicing my walk, or just making silly videos on Snapchat. Just having a moment, period, is just to feel confident.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be in front of people either. It could be like you at home studying for that exam or writing that paper in the middle of the night. Confidence comes in so many different levels and sizes and percentages. So it's so many different points in my life that I feel confident. So there's times that I don't feel confident.
And I love that you say that. Like, as a self-care, as a blogger, and I'm really passionate about self-care and self-love, I love that you say that sometimes I don't feel confident, because it's important, and I said this to Joanne earlier, it's important to sit and take a moment and say, like, how do I feel today?
Right.
Like, how do I feel today? It's important to be aware of how you feel, because then you can know, like, what do I need to do to make myself feel better?
Right.
And no, we aren't always, no matter, you could be the most popping person in the world, but you're not going to always be on.
Right.
And it's important to recognize that. So I love that you said that.
And you have to be willing to admit it.
Yes, that's where the growth is at. Because sometimes, like, when I don't feel like myself, I be in the movie theaters on Tuesdays by myself,
All the time.
confidently, like, I'm in here.
Right. All the time.
$6 Tuesday.
You're chilling. Or, you know, I just, if I don't want to be bothered, I'm like, all right, I'm out, manicure by myself. Or sometimes if you do have the, funds, I go to, what's the Hyatt Hotel in Shelton? Their breakfast is bomb. Sometimes I'd be like, all right, let me grab my laptop and myself, and I'll see you when I get back on Sunday.
Absolutely.
And to be there by myself.
Shout out to you.
All the things that we do.
My vacation was supposed to be today, and I was like, I'm going to have to I'm
crying,
reschedule.
praying, like in the pool, just being by myself, like, all right, Sheena, what's going on? Let's check myself or whatever.
Yep.
I
That's
love
a
it.
blessing.
I love a
Different
good
levels.
vacation. I tell the girls all the time, like, I'm going on a vacation. Y'all taking vacation. Like, I love it.
I was definitely, I was getting to that point of just being super overwhelmed, just doing a lot of stuff. So I texted him in a group message, was like, look, I won't be on the next recording. I did. I was like, FYI, because I was like, I'm going to go to the city. I'm just going to have me a vacation. So I ended up having to do other things. So I was like, I'll reschedule. But yeah, vacations are definitely a thing.
And then you got to have people who are supportive enough to say, like, everybody was like, you know
they
what?
was like, all right, cool.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's cool. You got to do that, do that.
Absolutely.
Because, like I said, self-care is
It's
important.
true.
It's very,
It's true.
very
I
important.
gotta take a meet. I feel like I do that often though. But
Have you done it like lately?
No, I
What
haven't.
have you done for you lately?
I haven't done it lately, but I love the idea. I love the idea. I think
so
I'm gonna
inspiring.
try
I love
it.
it. My last vacation it wasn't like my usual, because normally, like you said, I do like a Friday to
It was a
Sunday
day,
type
right?
thing. It was only like a day
Yeah.
because we had, what did we have that Friday? We had like, we
Something
went out.
big, yeah.
It was something. We had an event on that.
Sequence?
It was Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh,
the
okay.
weekend
Okay,
after.
yeah.
And we
Oh,
went
the
out
Black
that
Party.
Friday, so
Okay.
I couldn't do it like, like that whole Friday to Sunday like I wanted to, but I did do that Saturday.
Okay.
And just that day
Yeah.
was enough, I like to take some time away. I do bring my laptop. I don't put my phone is not completely non-existent because, it's just things gotta get done.
Of course.
But I do use it minimally.
Sparingly.
And it's just nice to just lay in a hotel bed and relax. I get to choose what I want to do.
Yes.
Like, I want to just relax and watch some movies, or I want to relax and just scroll Instagram,
Yeah.
or, I'm going to sleep,
Exactly,
So it's nice.
Definitely
and I'm due.
needed.
I definitely do.
So I wanted to talk about the representation of Black beauty in media.
Okay.
Do you think it's better? Is it lacking? Like, do you think that we have a little bit more ways to go?
It's getting there. I feel like we do have a lot of ways to go, but I've noticed that our voice is being heard.
Right.
There's definitely certain people on different platforms that's speaking about like a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of vision for the equal, like a skin color and body size,
Right.
but voices wise. We're
Yeah.
out there protesting. We're out there shutting this down, that down, not supporting this artist, and just really like focusing on those small little like situations in this small town and making it big because it's important to us. For example, I look up to Amanda Seales. She
Yes.
just like big shout out to her.
Yeah.
First of all,
Snap it up for
she's
her.
dope. She is dope. Big shout out
She
to her.
is.
Congratulations to her for her new I Be Knowing series on HBO that
Yes, that's big.
came out last night. And I'm personally not really into politics or news or just be knowing stuff.
Yeah.
But I be following her and she be schooling me on
Right.
so much stuff, and I'm like,
She's
sis,
so
you're
knowledgeable.
amazing.
She
so
is.
stuff like that
Mhm.
is very important, and it's just like I need to. It teaches you to just to be aware of what else is going on and just kind of make sure you're balanced all the way around. But seeing more of us, it's coming along.
It's
These
true.
millenniums. These
Yeah.
young children are coming out here busting out with some new
They are.
ideas and the movies, these shows. I'm loving it. I really,
Yeah.
really am loving it. So
Same.
it's coming along.
Yeah, I said the same thing. So even with the whole Black Panther, when it came out, like everybody was just so happy, like Black
Very-
Power.
Yeah, proud.
But I was thinking to myself, was that just a moment,
Right.
or was
it-
that a longevity thing?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna, cast all these darker colored people. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Like, is that just a moment, or is it something that's gonna be longevity?
It was
Right.
I feel it was a moment that needed to be recognized.
Right.
There's always moments, and us as a culture, we love to. Like, this is what we do. If it's hot, we bait it up. Like,
Yes.
yo, this is
Please.
popping.
Yeah.
Black
I don't
Twitter
know
is
if
a
you
thing.
heard,
Yeah.
That's what it is. So
It
your mama and your
definitely
cousin and them, pooking them, come out and we big it up. This is what we have, and we need
Word.
to hold on to it until it goes to other, cultures and they add it or
You
twist
turn
onto it. But
Zest it up.
that's
Yeah.
what it's been doing. People have been doing that forever.
Yeah. That's
We
true.
are the culture that's been popping.
The way we
Absolutely.
big things up is kind of a gift and a curse because, like the Black Panther, we made it bigger, but that's a positive, like a negative, like the R. Kelly thing. Like, we make it bigger, and it's like, so now we're all talking about it, but now his album sales and his record sales are going up. He's getting money for it. So it's like a gift and a curse.
Right, because black people are, like, really passionate, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what sets us apart. We're very passionate, and like you said, it's either going to be us being passionate about something positive, or it's us being passionate about something that we feel like needs to change.
Right, so, absolutely. That's definitely true. And so you did mention about how other cultures are basically trying to steal our thunder.
Yes.
So we want to talk about cultural appropriation, and how they just want to be us so bad, like the lip injection.
When it's cool, they want to be us when it's cool.
Right, because when you get pulled over with
like
the cops,
I don't want no part.
I don't want to be Becky.
Exactly. Your hair's gonna go straight real quick.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like they love us so much, but they love us to a certain extent.
So I look at it as a negative and a positive, but as a negative part is that I see that people are taking on or copying and not really doing fully research and understanding what they're doing. But the positive is that they are kind of putting a light to the culture and putting us out there as well. But when something is interesting, you're like, oh, what is this? And when you don't do your own research, it kind of falls in between the cracks. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
But just like writing a paper in college, you still had to have your acknowledgments, your references.
Quick.
Yeah, like give us our props.
And my thing is that would be cool. Like, so as far as cultural appropriation goes, I don't care if Kylie to say wants to wear cornrows.
Right.
That's cute. I love it. It looks dope on you.
Yeah,
but the thing is, when they want to wear the cornrows and they say, these are the new flat twist braids.
Right.
Like,
some dumb name to it.
Something like that.
Those underneath my wig.
Like, I got this from Mary over here. Like, Mary was rocking this dope ass hairstyle, and I thought I wanted to recreate it.
Let me do that.
And this is what I'm doing. Like, that's cool, but that's the only thing I like. I don't care about you wanting to do it. It's just give us our product.
Exactly.
It's always good to be an innovator, be the blueprint of something, because if somebody's following you, that means you're doing something right.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like you said, when the magazines say, "Oh my God, like breaking news,"
right.
like they
it's
like nigga, we've been had these cornrows.
Right,
like,
they're not innovative at all.
No.
Like,
been
not at all.
Baby here.
This has been since the Stone Ages. Like, no.
Absolutely.
Just give us our prop.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just waiting for one of them to just get a little kitchen behind it. There was one video of some, like, some young man, and he was at the barbershop and got his hair like kinky curly and just had a nice shape up, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, he really did that.
Yeah. I know. I see somebody was getting the guys was gluing, so I have that on my list. About,
I've been seeing that a lot lately.
Yeah, men's beauty and how like we've been seeing the fake beards and we've been seeing the little lace fronts that they've been cutting. Like, so if you met a guy, and he had a nice little edge up with a little curly jaw, and then for some reason, like a little piece came off, or like, how would you feel about that?
Well, I haven't met one yet, but I'm hoping that I will be just as supportive as they are to us.
Right.
But I support it because you want to feel confident. You know what I'm saying? We all have our little edges or unless edges or whatever, bald spots and stuff like that. And we want to look our best, so that's big shout out for all the salons and barbers that be hooking us up. Right. So I don't know, but I know I was saying like, all right, we just gotta put a budget for my bundles and
your bundles.
Right.
Yeah.
We got a deal. Look, it's a deal for 4 bundles. Like, we can keep one of them.
Is your barber having a sale or is my stylist? We just gotta make sure we put it together.
Yeah, that's definitely dope because you don't want to, discourage the man.
Yeah.
Like,
a confident builder.
Right.
We're not sharing. Like, listen.
Popping your fingers. Don't touch my glow, sir.
And don't put my bonnet on.
Okay. Get your whole stuff. Yeah, definitely, because because listen, we got so many tricks and tools to get it done.
That's the thing about it. That's black girl magic. That's black beauty right there.
Yeah.
We've always been like, if we didn't have rollers, we would use paper bags and ripping it pieces to make that curl right before church, the night before. We would get things popping. I didn't have a dryer, so I washed my clothes and hanging on the heater. Like, listen, come on now.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
That has been like my absolute most favorite thing. When people say, what is your favorite thing about being a Black woman? That is my most favorite thing, the versatility.
Switch it up.
Being able to switch it up. I could be this person on this day. I could be this person on that day. Like, I love the versatility. And you know, when you go to work and you work with a lot of white people.
Oh my God.
And they're like, so I go to work and recently I was at work and they were like, oh, you don't wear your hair down enough. Like, it's nice. You should wear it down more often. You had your hair up the other day. Mind you, all I had was my wig and a ponytail. That's it. I have my wig and a ponytail. I was like, yeah, you know, I normally have on, like, the surgical bonnet or whatever.
Okay.
That's what I said to her. And they're like, oh, did you cut your hair? And it's just like, no, I just took my wig out. But I'm like, yeah, you know, I just took
They be so mesmerized.
So I love it. And when they say, oh, how did you do that? I like being able to say, you know, Black girl magic.
Right, yeah, right. Like, shameless plug. Like, let's know.
Yeah.
So we asked our followers, what is their favorite feature on the opposite sex? So let us know. Yeah.
I love arms and shoulders.
Yes, sis.
I'll tell you why.
Are you okay over here?
I love arms.
She was like, yeah. She had a moment.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Shoulders and arms, just because I've always been, you know, a big girl, and I just like to see it poke through your, you know, shirts and button-ups, and I be like, oh, so you can lift me up.
And that they can, like, don't be fooled. Where was that? What party we were at?
It was like
collision course. It was reggae versus hip hop, and I was dancing with someone. It was like, pick her up.
You wasn't dancing with somebody. You was dancing with
like 3 people. A Jamaican, yeah. So don't get it fooled.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the first thing I look for, because you know I like to be hugged. I like to have
that just tall.
And then you know when I like to do other things, you know, I feel like my toes look real cute in that little neck corner. That's what I look for.
Yes, sis. Yes.
That's a good one.
Really nice.
No, but arms are definitely a thing.
Because
then when you just do like
they are a thing. And I have loved arms forever. I remember when I like was first dealing with my son's father, like I was like 15, 15, 16 in high school. And I used to like look, I used to be like looking down the street like, look at those arms.
That's so
I love arms, girl.
I would definitely have to say when I first see someone, their teeth and their nails. You can't have dirty nails, and I hate seeing nubbies.
Oh, chicken nuggets?
Those things drive me nuts. So yeah, those are 2 things that I kind of look for on top of being tall. Yeah, and it's so funny because, you know, being a plus size girl, I haven't dealt with any plus size men. two in my whole life. But other than that, they're usually tall and slim. So they be checking for us.
They do.
Yeah. And I love it.
You guys are like,
Well, I'm thinking of one right now.
Always the skinny ones, or you know, there's what? How you?
They be knowing. They be knowing.
So everybody's popping out here.
Right. Tro, how about you?
Popping.
Come get this stuff in. I know that's right.
What was the question? Because I forgot.
What's your favorite feature on the opposite sex?
Arms now. Yeah, I like muscles. And because I'm short, I do absolutely love a tall guy.
Okay, yeah.
I absolutely love height.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just really love
That's
it.
the thing.
That's
You
the
like
thing.
climbing up that
the
tree.
guy might not even like look good. Because I've seen some guys that don't look good, but I'm like, damn, that nigga is tall. So I like height and muscles.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. I think I'm gonna say smile. You can get me with your smile.
Yes. Don't have dimples.
Yeah. You can get away with anything. But I'm gonna agree with the height. Because I just want to fantasize about arguing with you, and I gotta look up. But it's kind of weird. weird if we're eyeballing each other. Like, I don't
or if
respect
you're looking
you.
down.
Yeah.
I couldn't even argue right. Get out
Yeah,
of
because
here.
I could mush you. Not that I
It's
would, but
definitely not gonna work if you looking down.
right.
Absolutely not.
And I just be thinking about like Kevin Hart and Nico.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
yeah.
She is
It's
so
different.
different.
It's real different.
And when they hug you, it's not the same
It's not.
hug when
It
you
is
guys
the same
are
embrace.
almost the same height.
Yeah.
But when he's taller, like the hug is different.
Yes,
You feel
I
me?
see.
That's
Why
why
I
I
don't.
Absolutely.
Right.
because I don't want to look at anyone in your eyes.
Yeah,
I want to
definitely
look
wanna
up
reach
and I just
up
want
and give you a hug.
Yes.
It's just a vibe. It's just
Yeah.
a whole vibe.
I love it. So if you like 6 feet and hop in the DM.
I know, because how tall are you?
I'm 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So everybody told
Make that
me.
known.
but-
You heard us
True.
like her DM.
Right, okay.
But I like
The
them tall.
team7@gmail.com.
Yes.
We said it before.
Attention, Latrell.
Right.
Let's make it clear.
Yeah. So where do you see Black beauty going? Like the evolution of it from now up until, about 5-10 years from now?
I see it all over the place.
Yeah.
Like constantly, not just for certain campaigns or certain locations. Like, well, I don't really see it in Connecticut, but like when you go down Maryland and further, like everybody's
Yeah.
everywhere. But I need to see it like in magazines, not just Black, focus magazines. Regular fast food commercials. I need
not
to
just
see it.
Walmart.
I need to see it for the holidays. I'm
Right.
tired of
It
going
needs to
down
be
south
the
to purchase
norm,
a
right.
Black Santa Claus.
Right.
I
It's
need to
true.
see it up here.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
There.
true. It's
That's
true.
true.
Or I would like to have a very fancy Caribbean restaurant downtown,
Right.
or on the financial district of New York. Like it needs to be everywhere.
It shouldn't just be certain sections
Yes.
or areas where you can go to get
Absolutely.
that
Right,
experience.
like how you have like the ghetto.
Mhm.
Right. That's where you're gonna find certain things in the ghetto.
And
It
even
needs to
greeting
be
cards.
everywhere.
Like
Yes, down to
there's
that.
there's no greeting cards for us.
Yes.
One company-
Mahogany,
Mahogany,
or
yeah.
Jill Scott's.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm always been purchasing those, but they're not everywhere. You
Yeah.
gotta go to certain Stop and Shop
Mm-hmm.
or Target or
Right.
Walgreens in the
Yeah.
hood or
Right.
south or in north end of whatever city you're in to purchase those
Right.
products.
And it should be somewhere you could go.
Like I need to be able
anywhere.
to get what I need at anywhere. At
Right.
any stop.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, but no, I would love for it just to be accessible everywhere.
Dope.
Just so that I don't, have to travel so far or, look on Instagram like, what's that company that makes really good like shape moisture.
Shea
Daddy
Moisture?
Butter in New Haven.
Oh, yes.
He's only, I would love for his stuff to be everywhere.
Right.
Or Amazon to carry it so it can have free shipping.
Right.
Something. So,
Right. Prime.
yeah, it needs to be everywhere. I, would love it to be.
I think it's getting better.
It definitely is.
Cause look at Rihanna. She came in the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and what she
Bad
started with
shades.
33 shades
Yes.
of makeup, and now
Now,
all
everybody.
the big makeup companies.
She definitely changed the game.
She stretched it out.
She definitely changed the
And
game.
I love her campaign because she has everybody.
Right,
in
yeah,
her. She
she
got
does.
girls with gaps.
Yep.
She got skinny girls. She got big girls.
Mhm.
Everybody that you
Rihanna
can
is
think of.
definitely like a good promoter of beauty.
Right.
All.
Absolutely.
And Tara Banks too.
Yes.
Tara Banks
Yes.
too. I feel like she has always been like what you see as like a flaw. I'm
Mhm.
seeing that as like a plus. Like
Yeah.
that's a
Absolutely,
plus.
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
how can we capitalize on it?
Right.
Like your gap. People might see that as a flaw, but how can we capitalize on that?
Right.
Because that's dope.
Exactly.
So I always love that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I can say within the modeling, expertise. There's a lot of different people that are expanding, or if you're albino, or just
Yeah.
any different thing. They're like, oh yeah, boom, we can.
I love that they're more accepting. They're making brown
Right.
dolls and
Yes.
stuff. Like, what is her name? Winnie?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, I think she was on Top Model.
She was.
She was.
And then she just blew up.
Mhm.
Yep.
Granted, she doesn't really
Yes.
credit Top Model for
Yeah.
her
Her
success, but
success.
that's a whole other topic.
Whatever,
People forget
sis.
once they get up top.
Yeah, yeah,
They
They
forget.
look down. Like,
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
don't be forgetting,
Peasants.
sis.
yeah.
So basically, we're popping,
Basically.
and we're going to continue to be popping. And thank you so much, Sheena, for coming on. First of all, thank you for our gift.
All
I'm
right.
mad
I'm so
pumped about
speechless.
it.
so cute.
This is so dope.
Yes. So thank you for coming
like it.
on and speaking with us. We would definitely love to have you again.
Definitely.
And so we got any church announcements?
Yeah, so guys, this week we'll be we haven't been on live with you guys, but we will be live this Thursday. Stay tuned for the time.
And
we'll be live to talk about whatever's on your mind, basically. We can talk about our 2 episodes for this month. We can talk about what's
My
going on
weekend.
in the news. We can talk about
Joe
and how she just been having like the best year yet.
Yes, we trying to be like her.
Whatever's on your mind, we're gonna be talking to y'all. Facebook Live this Thursday, so stay tuned for that.
Facts.
We
And
got
then
our live show.
Yep, March 23rd. Make sure you get your tickets. theteamlive.eventbrite.com. You have until the 31st to get them for $20. After that, it will be a little increase because niggas be late. So get your tickets. It's gonna be dope. Wheezy WTF of Horrible Decisions podcast is gonna be on there. She actually tweeted us because I had tweeted. I was like, oh, I got my dress. I was like, I'm about to be looking like a Love and Hip Hop live show. And she was like, oh dang, y'all about to go sick.
She was like, I was just trying to be chill. And I'm like,
come as you are.
I'm not wearing no gown.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Rebecca.
I'm extra, and that's what I'm saying.
It's your anniversary. You should turn up and just really set that atmosphere and that level because people are gonna be watching and you're like, you know what? I like that. I like that style. I like that vibe.
And one thing that is so beautiful about us, you get to see the different personalities of
within
us
our
and
outfits.
clothing.
Yeah, because even we're like, oh, I'm about to wear this. I'm like, that definitely Trout. This is definitely Joe. This is definitely Beck.
Right.
Definitely Dean.
And you'll see it.
So different.
Yeah, we are different. It is.
So different, but it always works.
It meshes well.
Yeah.
And then we have our winter mixer. It's going to be on February 22nd. Really dope event. We kind of wanted to get our community service out there. So we will be doing, if you bring a donation of a scarf, gloves, a hat, you'll get, a prize. So that is going to be on February 22nd from 8 to 11 at Diesel's Lounge because we stay at Diesel's. Yes. So make sure you guys come out, support. All the information, once again, will be on our pages. And then last but not least, as always, make sure you follow our page on Facebook, The Huddle, sponsored by The Team. Yeah. We have so many dope discussions. I love being in there. I like being on that page more than I do on my personal page.
Yeah, I love it too. Like, don't forget, guys, like, we want you, if you got something, like, shout out to Tiff, because she's, like, one of the few besides us who's, like, coming in, and Eric.
Yes.
Coming in and, like, posting, like, their own topic. Like, we want you guys to be free to post like your own topic. If you got something that's on your mind, put it in the huddle because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna give you advice. We're gonna do whatever we need to do. So put it in the huddle and just let us chat about it.
Absolutely. So Sheena, let the people know where they can follow you.
Of course. So again, I'm Ms Postell. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter with the same tag, Ms Postell. That's MSP as in Peter, OST as in Tom, ELL. But if you don't want to follow me, you can follow my hashtag. Same thing as Ms Postell as well. I check out all my beautiful pictures as I travel up and down the East Coast and a little bit more work on the West Coast. And just really showcasing how beautiful you could be at any size. And, just do it and just love yourself. So
absolutely.
Yes.
You poppin'.
You are mad poppin'. I was on her page. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous.
Yes. Joe, you got a positive vibe.
I do. I was so inspired today by Karen Civil. And it just reminds me that don't give up. Seriously, don't give up. She was talking about how her mom and her parents had everything set out for her. And she told them, she was like, no, I'm not going to school. I'm not going to be a lawyer. So don't give up. Great things take time. So just hang in there. Do the footwork.
Yeah.
And it'll come true soon.
Yeah.
Your hard work will come to pass.
Yep.
The fruits of your labor.
The wine is kicking in. So you guys make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are all over the place. You know where to find us. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.
Toodles. Thank you so much for listening. Bye, guys.